Yo.
We lost in hip hop right now.
Yo,
get yourself situated, bro. TJ
I'm
Concept,
ready.
Mickey Knox over here.
what up?
Yo,
What up? I'm
It's
playing
pretty-
a lot of old West Coast stuff.
pretty West Coast over there. I like
West
it.
Coast.
I like it. Shout to the strong arm steady.
Get your bars up.
Get your motherfucking bars up. Yo. So, I can't stop. I can't delay it anymore.
Go.
Motherfucking certified legend in the house.
Super legend.
Super legend. Oakland, California, stand up. Money B in the spot.
Town business.
Yo.
What up, dog? Shout out to Strong Arm Steady.
What up, man?
Get your bars up.
Those are your peoples?
Family.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
that. Even more.
You know, we didn't hear Mitchie Slick, but shout out to Mitchie Slick as well.
Yo, shout out to everyone in the Twitch chat.
Yes, sir.
Global Picture Studios in the building.
Ah, dope.
What up to the Twitch family?
Yeah, we got a lot of people in here.
What up?
Whoa, we got a lot
of people.
lot of people.
What up, lot of people?
Man, Money B.
Hey,
But see, like we're gonna get into this. I don't want to get into it too early, but we're gonna get into like there's the stuff that people like, the casual listener, knows of Digital Underground, and there's the other stuff. But we should take it back first.
let's take it back.
Let's talk about how Digital Underground started. I know before you were telling me a little something, but we should revisit that. Ah man, why does it sound real echoey, huh?
Nah, that's just
Nah,
your
you
headphones.
good.
It's me?
You
All right.
good, bro?
It's all in your mind, brother.
Got you. So how did Digital Underground come about? How did you meet Shock? All of that.
To the best of my knowledge and what I know from what I've been told, Digital Underground, was created, formulated, thought of, and was the brain, came from the brain of Shock G, right? And even though they weren't called Digital Underground at the time, it really started in Tampa, Florida, right? Where he went to high school. Shock G is originally from New York, born in Brooklyn. His mom, from what I know, a lot of family in Queens, but moved to Tampa, Florida, to go to high school, from what I know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, and in Tampa, along with him and Kenny K and, other cats, BBC crew and others, it's kind of where the idea of Digital Underground, that's where his hip hop crew started.
Okay.
Right. He moved to the Bay Area. I want to say 87-ish, 86, 87-ish.
Okay.
And by 88, he had hooked up with Chop Master J, H. and Gregory, they secured
Chop Master.
Chop Master
Okay.
J.
Yeah.
And they released their first single, Underwater Rhymes, in 1988, which was the B-side. And the B-side of that was Your Life's a Cartoon.
Right.
See, now I heard
This
this
history.
through the grapevine, right? Like, I don't know if it's true or not, but
Sure.
I heard that Chop had the equipment. He
No.
just got all this equipment.
Well, yeah. So here's the deal. Shock was working at a music equipment store,
Okay.
Music Unlimited, San Leandro. And the way the story goes, Shop Master J came in to buy a bunch of equipment and made a deal with Shock of, hey, teach me how to
He should
work
use
it,
Yeah.
how to use it, right? In the midst of that, I think Chop noticed the talent, was like, hey, what if I can get us a record deal? Can we be 50-50 partners? Shock was like, yep.
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah, because, why not, right? And so I think before that, in the Bay, Shock was a part of an R&B group called The Spice Regime.
Shit,
Which
I
is
gotta know
amazing.
nothing about that.
Yeah, they were called The Spice Regime, and he played keyboards in this R&B-ish, like Ready for the World type band. Right? And you fast forward to Chop Master J and Shock G making a deal, Digital Underground, let's go get a deal. they were able to secure a deal, and they, signed to TNT Records, H. Gregory.
Wow.
And they released Underwater Rhymes with Your Life's a Cartoon in 1988, distributed by McCullough Records. Now, McCullough Records, is important to say that because McCullough Records is the distributor that distributed the first Ruthless Records, the NWA stuff, the anything that came out of LA at the time, Uncle Jam's Army and all the techno hop, techno funk was distributed by McCullough. Even I think Ichiban Records, some of the stuff that was coming out of Atlanta, MC Shady and all that. But that being said, they were promoting their single. At the same time, there was this awesome human being named Money B, who was in a group with this other dope DJ Fuse, that we would call Raw Fusion. And we were doing talent shows and going to college radio and shopping our demo, trying to get on.
Right.
But on the same circuit as Digital Underground. And, there was another group called Flynamic Force.
Flynamic.
I like that.
I like that.
Flynamic Force, and which consisted of a rapper named Sway and a DJ named King Tech.
Wow.
Right? And you had Mellow Mar, you had K Cloud. Like it was a scene going on in the Bay Area. But through all of that, now mind you, this is before Qbert and Scratch Pickles.
Right.
DJ Fuse was recognized as one of the dopest DJs in the Bay at the time. And Digital Underground needed a DJ.
Right.
So Shotmaster Jay and DJ Fuse had a mutual friend. A meeting was set up at Fuse's crib to talk about him being the DJ.
Right.
But DJ Fuse's crib just so happened to be a room that he rented from my mom in our apartment. So I was there.
Right.
So, I see these guys come over trying to recruit my DJ to be in their group. And
he didn't tell you?
No, he told me. I knew they was coming. Right. So basically it was like, yeah, I rock with y'all, but we a group. So fuck with me, fuck with us. And that's kind of how it started.
Right.
So initially, Raw Fusion would open up, which was be me, myself, DJ Fuse, and Mac Moan.
Okay.
Right. And then when our set was over, Fuse would stay on the turntables and Digital Underground was headlining. They would come on. And then me and Mac Moan would transition to the dancers for Digital Underground.
Oh, wow.
And then as it went on, Kenny K came out. Remember I told you about him from Tampa. And, and rest in peace to Kenny K, because he did pass away, like really before we were realized. That's why you guys don't know him.
Okay.
But he was definitely a strong influence for Shot early on. But eventually doing shows, I started becoming like the hype man. Now, mind you, this is all in 1 year, 1988. Right. So in 1989, we got the single deal with Tommy Boy when we recorded Do What You Like. That was the first record that I was featured on.
Wow.
Was Do What You Like. And, that's when, because even in the show, like I said, I'm going to be an hype man or whatever, but then I would have little parts. And plus, we would open up, so he knew it.
Right. He saw what you could do.
Yeah, I was rhyming. So.
And you guys were killing it at the shows? You were getting them open?
I would like to think so. I'm never going to tell you no.
I would
like, what kind of question was that? Right. So Do What You Like was the first record that I was featured on.
Right.
And so shortly after that, then we got the album deal. And so that iteration, myself, DJ Fuse, Shotmaster J, and Shot G is what the people were introduced on a national level as Digital Underground.
Right.
Sex Packets when we did that album.
Dope.
35 years.
35 Say what? Years. 35. Yeah, 80, 90.
It was 90.
90 was the album. Is that 35?
35.
Wow.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yep. We've been rocking.
I mean,
Still got bars.
y'all just got like a deep history
Nice
lesson.
history lesson.
Yo, you wanna keep going right now? You wanna play some joints? What do you want to do?
Let's play.
Tell me.
Let's play all day.
All right.
We gonna
Rock
play.
that.
We gonna play all day, and we get back into it.
All right.
Get it right, though. All day. Money B.
Yeah.
Produced by Dyer Lansky.
Word.
Oh.
Let's go.
Lost in Hip Hop, DJ Concept, Mickey Knox, Money B in the motherfucking building.
Talk to me.
Yo. We back. Lost in Hip Hop, Mickey Knox, Concept. We got Money B in the house.
What up?
Oakland.
Town business.
Money B, that was one of your latest singles that we just played, right?
Yes, sir.
That's out right now.
Yep.
So, and you have a lot of new music coming out.
I do have a lot of new music coming out. I have a lot of music out, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't know how much time we have, but, I have
Oh, we got time. Talk.
All night.
sit next to me, which is, the collab I did with Guap Dad 4000.
Your package just landed, by the way.
Nice. It's popping in the hood. That's my birthday present. Oh, and I'm a Virgo. Shout out to all the Virgos in the building.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Virgo season.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh shit, Virgo, happy. You know what I
I didn't mean
mean?
to cut you off there, though.
Yeah, Virgo season is in full effect.
I'm good right now.
Right? 22nd, Monday, last day. Right? Shout out to Shock G on the 25th, Cleveland
Oh,
Smackman's
wow.
Way. 24th, Saphir. 23rd, Michael Jackson. What is he, September 2nd or something like that?
How's he know this?
Money good.
Nas, September 14th?
14th,
Ludacris. I think he's September
Yo, can we
9th.
do a quiz and shit?
Man, Dougie Fresh is a Virgo. Man, Virgos run the world. If you didn't know. If you didn't know.
You know what? Let's talk
Shout
about
out to Ty TZ.
Let's talk about the new music in a minute. Let's keep taking it back a little bit. So,
Yeah, let's take it back.
so Sex Packets,
Yep.
35 years. But so what I was touching on before was like the casual listener, and they know the Humpty dance. They know like you maybe from the association with Tupac.
Right.
But like you guys had this sound at the time that was totally
Futuristic.
futuristic.
It really was futuristic.
And it was
for the
really
time.
different than everything else that was happening at that time, as far as the sound goes. So what were some of the decisions you guys made to go in that direction? Like, why did you go in that direction instead of like what was out?
So there's two stories, right? And I'm gonna tell you the last one first.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take you back. So, Digital Underground, obviously, we come out of Oakland and the Bay Area. So, back in 88, 89, when we was really trying to do this thing, we didn't have examples, right? So coming out of the Bay,
Of course.
you had Too Short, you had MC Hammer, you had Tony, and In Vogue,
Right.
right?
I didn't know En Vogue was from the Bay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're from Oakland in San Francisco. So on a national level, that's what we had. Now you can go back to Sly Stone and Commodores and whatnot. But I'm saying at that time, right, it was Hammer, Tony's, En Vogue, and Too Short. So it wasn't like we had access to somebody that said, this is how you're supposed to do it.
Right.
And the Bay Area, our culture has always been, very diverse, live and let live type culture. Meaning, freedom, like do what you like.
Right.
Do what you do, and that's what you do. Live and let live. It's kind of like how we were out there. So there was no standard or no certain way that you had to act or be.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is not a disrespect or anything, but it, you take, the kind of contrast, if you looked at it out of New York, you had everybody holding their joint,
Right.
Tim's acting tough and and that's the way you
Right.
walk on stage.
I mean, but even in Cali, you had the.
You didn't have that. Remember, I'm from the Bay Area.
Right.
I'm not from LA.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That everything we heard coming out of Cali was LA based.
Right.
And
it wasn't Bay
and the
Area.
Jerry Curl and
Exactly. That's LA, which is
right.
At the time a 7-8 hour drive.
Right.
So Oakland from LA is the same is New York to North Carolina.
Okay.
Whatever takes 8 hours to drive.
Ugh.
Right. So you can't. It's the same state, but California,
Gotcha, right.
top to bottom, it takes you 22 hours to drive from the top of California to the bottom, which is your whole East Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're nothing.
It's crazy.
You can't compare it.
Right.
And that's the misconception. Everybody's like, yo, I'm in Cali.
Where?
Like it's one big ass city.
You're a day away from me, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. So in the Bay Area, we just had our well, for one, we didn't have any examples in hip hop that this is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
So all we could be was ourselves. So what you saw was us being us. We were just naturally that. You know, we wanted to, I know me personally, I was about having fun and hanging out with the chicks.
Right.
That's all I could think about in my 19-year-old mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, Shock was about the funk, Parliament. And, you know, we all had our personalities, but what we were was what we were.
Right.
Right? It wasn't like, I think your question was like, why you did it that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, we're going to do it this way.
It wasn't a conscious decision.
It wasn't a conscious. We just was like, we want to make some music. And when we got into make the music, our personalities was what the music showed.
Right.
Right. So remember I said I'm going to answer the last part first?
Yes.
That's what they was. So let's take it back. Right. And I know if there's any young people listening, they might not conceive this, but there was a time when biting was not allowed. Meaning
biting,
when someone, you couldn't sound like someone.
I love it.
And I say that because, you know, now if something's hot, everybody wants to sound like that.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, if you know, whoever.
Right.
Then there's a million of them right behind it. And it's really not the artist or the kid's fault. It's, you know, when hip hop became a multi-million-dollar machine, you know, whoever's hot, we need that.
Yeah.
And everybody would sell their soul to get out. I can be that. Right. But there was a time in hip hop where you couldn't be like, you had to be original.
Right.
So Shock, you know, expressed to us in the beginning, he wanted to be like political and, you know, be about, you know, socially conscious and all this. But Public Enemy came out. And when they came out, he's like, oh, somebody might be doing that. Can't do it.
Had you guys already started recording in that, man?
No.
Okay.
Well, I think he this is before I was in the group.
Okay.
So he may have, I think Your Life's a Cartoon was maybe his first stab at it.
Okay.
Right? Remember that was 88. And Public Enemy came out in 87.
Yeah.
Right? So around that time, he's like, I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's you know, back then, there could only be one Public Enemy, one EPMD, one Slick Rick, one Jungle Brothers, one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You couldn't have 10 of those. You would get ridiculed out of the business and you wouldn't even get a deal.
Right.
It's like you're whack, you're biting, you sound like that person. Couldn't copy.
Right.
And that was the rule and the standard for our culture at the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, Shock said that's what he initially hoped that Digital Underground would be. Once Public Enemy came out, he was like, oh, that's taken. Let's move on.
Right.
Right. So by the time, you know, me and Fuse got in the group, it was just about
having fun.
Yeah. Much like now, if you really go back and you go back, all of our main, you know, within every Digital Underground, I won't say every record, but at least in every album, there was always we always hit a vitamin underneath the lettuce in the Big Mac.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We always try to give you something.
Yeah.
We masked it with having fun and putting girls around it, but there was always a conscious message in what we were trying to deliver. Even the Humpty Dance, you know, it was like...
That's exactly what I was about to ask. What's the message in Humpty
The message in the Humpty Dance is, I got a big nose, I look crazy, I dress, but I'm so confident
But
in
I love
myself.
myself.
I love myself.
Yeah.
I don't care what people think you're supposed to be
Right.
or what you think is cool. I'm cool.
Right.
And that was the message in the Humpty Dance. You know, big like a pickle, still getting paid. Get laid by the ladies,
Yeah.
dope how I'm living, and my nose is large.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. My
And,
first vinyl.
Hey, fat girls.
Come here.
Like,
Right.
take this-
ticklish.
Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, I'm skinny.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look at me. Look at my deficiencies. Look at my nose. Look, I'm skinny. I'm
Right.
out of shape. I dress funny.
And almost,
but I'm still rocking.
almost purposely going against everything that rap is already. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
that's
and
great.
that's what it was.
Yeah, that's that. You know what? I love these little stories from the source. Like
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't know that. I mean, you could
guess it or
infer,
fathom it.
but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But that's really what it was.
Yeah.
Now, how did Humpty come about? Why was there a need for Humpty?
Once again, there's two stories. Humpty was the, it came from several different characters in Shock's life that put Humpty together,
Okay.
right? But the actual character called Humpty Hump came by accident, right? Because we did the Do What You Like video. Go back and look at the Humpty Dance video. Humpty Hump is in that video
Yeah.
with the nose.
Yeah.
But if you look at that video, you also see me wearing a pig nose. You see Shock wearing a different
In the
other
Do What
nose.
You Like video.
In the Do What You Like video. We're wearing different noses. So when we did that video, we stopped by the, Uptown Berkeley thrift store. We picked up a bunch of noses. And we were just trying them out, right? But when Shock put that nose on, he go into this character. And when the video, remember the box or whatever was popping,
Yeah.
people were asking, who's that? When we did Do What You Like, Humpty Hump didn't even have a name.
Uh-huh.
He was just in the video as one of the characters that Shock played and that we all created for that video. So, I was sharing with you earlier that by circumstance, there was a song that didn't get cleared on our album that we had to re-record a few more songs. And one of the songs that we did, Shock decided to give that character his own song. And what do you know?
And then it was that song.
It was that song.
Shit.
Were you guys surprised at how big it got and how it became a hit?
I wasn't, because the minute I heard it on 4-track, I knew it was a hit record.
4-track.
I swear to God. And crazy, I still have the cassette of the 4-track version of it, which is way more hip hop and grimy.
Really
Crazy. I'll play it for you one day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe.
He said maybe.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, to just kind of be this nothing character in a video just to be funny.
And then next thing you know, a number one hit record.
I mean, and arguably the record that pretty much everyone knows of Digital Underground. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy.
It became, yeah.
And when the record hit and it was a success, how was it with the group? Like, did you guys have to go to tour right away?
We did.
Yeah.
Right. We, before the album came out, I want to say it came out either January or March of 1990. We can Google it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know we went to Europe in the winter of 89, right after we finished recording. As soon as we got back from Europe, the Humpty Dance, I think, single came out shortly after, and it took off.
It definitely was March.
Was it?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's
March 1990, yeah.
All right. I mean, I know it was one or the other. So maybe we came back from Europe in January because I had a job. I went back to work.
Wow.
And I remember sitting working, and one of my coworkers was like, yo, Ron, ain't that your work? Because we used to have, where I worked at, there was a cassette player. So employees could take turns and we play our tapes. Right. So I'm sitting at work and I heard a Humpty Dance come on. And I'm just assuming it's one of my tapes, but it was the radio.
Wow.
my guy was like, yo, Ron, that's your joint on the radio. I was like, oh,
Wow.
word. Yep. And I was like, all right, cool. Kept working. Because, Do What You Like was out. That was on the radio, whatever. But that didn't get me out of a job.
Right.
Right. And then, but it just kept coming on. And it was different. And next thing you know, we're on tour with Public Enemy. No, Big Daddy Kane.
Ooh.
That was our first national tour.
What was the name of that tour?
It was the Big Daddy Kane, whatever the name of his album
Was at the time.
It's either called the Big Daddy Kane Tour or it was the name of his album. It wasn't Raw. It was the album after that. Not and before it looks like
Daddy's Home.
No, that was the way later. It was what was the one he sat on the throne? That Raw was on.
Yeah, but the
second one. The one that had on Lean on Me. I don't know.
All right.
Look up Big Daddy Kane's second album. Maybe that was it. Anyways, we went on 2 Big Daddy Kane tours, 2 Public Enemy tours. One of the tours, he brought Jay-Z out. So Jay-Z used to come and he used to let Jay-Z spit, when he had Hawaiian Sophie.
Right.
We were on that tour.
Wow.
When he used to do that. It was us, Queen Latifah, MC Light, Kid and Play, Kwame, Public Enemy, Heavy D.
Long Live the King.
Long Live the King.
Long Live.
No, that was the first album.
That's where he's on the throne, though.
Right, but what was the second album?
Daddy Kane's second album.
The Big Daddy thing?
Bruh. You're not on Discogs?
I don't know, man. I'm on Wikipedia.
Whatever.
Long Live the King.
Yeah.
It's a Big Daddy thing.
Yeah, so because that's the one. Was that the one that had Smooth Operator? Whatever it was, Smooth Operator, right? That's at the time. Big Daddy Kane was the sex symbol of hip hop.
Yes.
Right. So I witnessed that firsthand. Where we come back to the hotel and
girls
the
fainting.
whole floor was full of women.
Come on.
In his hotel room. It was wild, bro. Shout out to Kane.
And
Shout out to Kane.
Long live the Kane.
As far as the Humpty dance,
Right.
who developed that?
So the dance it's credited to being created by my younger brother, Cullen, Mac Moan, who was in Raw Fusion with me originally, right? But it was influenced and motivated by in 1989 we had a big earthquake in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, right? So the Humpty dance, you think about it, you're doing this, like the ground is shaking,
right?
your balance like in an earthquake, and that's where the motivation for that dance came.
All right.
Like you're keeping your balance during the earthquake.
Sick.
Because we had a big earthquake in '89,
Would have thought.
and that's where it came from. So I say my brother Cullen and Mac Moan created it, and then Shock, because we were shooting the video for the Humpty dance, and we didn't even have a dance for the song.
Right.
So he's like, "Oh, we got to make a dance." I just remember they were in there working on it. Shock came over it, and he was like, "Yeah, I like that." And then they all started working on it together to kind of like perfect the whole movement in unison.
Right.
But it came from the earthquake, and it was my brother and Mac Moan who had the idea, and then along with Shock, they perfected it.
That's dope.
And turned it into the dance.
Now, isn't it funny how like nowadays people complain that, you got to have a dance to your song, but it's like, it's always been like that.
It has. Well, yeah, if you
Kid and Play had a dance.
Kid and Play, Big Daddy Kane was the best.
Was a dance.
So back then, you had dancers, Heavy D, and it goes back to back then it was about entertaining.
Right.
Right? You could be the best rapper, but if you can't entertain a crowd, meaning if you can't really perform, which means you can't have your lyrics running with you during a show. You actually have to rap.
Right.
You actually have to entertain the crowd. It could be by dancing. It could be by your lyrics are so captivating. It could be by the jokes you tell whatever it is, you have to entertain.
Right.
But, back then, a lot of times, you wanted the full package. So you would have dancers, right? So Kane had dancers.
Yeah. But Kane danced himself too.
He did. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Public Enemy didn't have dancers, but their show was just so entertaining. But they synchronized the S1W.
Yes.
Well, yeah, the
with
S1W.
steps and Flavor Flav.
Yes, they
do
had
his
something.
thing.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. They entertained.
Right.
Right. So I'm not saying that you had to have dancers, but you were recognized if you could entertain. If you couldn't entertain, then you were not gonna go far.
Right. Right.
That's just that.
So when did it become acceptable to just stand on stage and rap and not move?
Who the fuck?
I don't believe that it is acceptable. You know, it's allowed.
It's allowed.
It's not acceptable by me.
I mean, he said it.
It's allowed, right?
Right.
Because even back then, there were people that used to just stand on stage, but they were called out for it. So it would be like, hey, he's dope, but his show is terrible.
Terrible.
Like I'll tell you, you know, and I don't mind saying it, you know, in the beginning, even Rakim, he would just stand there.
Right.
Right? He was so dope, but he eventually had to have, you know, he's come out in the chair. You know, he had stage props and different things because he was never going to be the dancer.
Right.
And he was so monotone, but he was so dope that you wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
But back then, I remember it was noted that his stage show left something to be desired.
Right.
Right? But then on the flip side of that, you had somebody like Too Short who would do the same thing, but for some reason it was entertaining the way that, because he would have a live band and he would, you know what I mean? Like I was saying, like it's not like you have to do it a specific way, but you had to be entertaining. If you weren't, then you were called out.
Right.
I mean, shout to Ali Vegas in the chat. He brings up a good point. He said gangster rap.
What about gangster rap?
He said like when gangster rappers stood around.
I would say, was it Ali Vega?
Ali Vegas.
Ali Vegas, yeah.
Ali Vegas, what's up? I know you fam, but you're wrong. Because NWA had a great show. They used to have props and they would run around, get chased by cops on stage and jump over fences. They had a stage show. And if you would call that gangster rap.
Did they really jump over fences?
They had fences. They would go back and find the video. They were entertaining on stage.
Right.
They didn't stand around.
Right.
They would, you know, when they did We Want Easy, they had the big screen.
Oh, he said, but there wasn't any dancing. That's what he says.
I didn't remember. I said you didn't have to be dancing.
I
said you had to entertain.
Yes, and that is entertaining. Yeah, you're right.
They were entertaining.
Yeah,
they put on a great stage show. Well, you know, whatever it was, theatrics involved with their show.
Yes.
Yes.
Ali Vegas.
Yeah, shout to he says another good thing. I'm gonna say that, but I want to shout all these people in the chat real quick.
Sure.
Savannah 808, Cletus Mac.
Cletus Mac, where you at? Come through.
That's your peeps.
It's my cousin.
Oh, nice.
Digital Underground.
Big Willow TV.
Peace, everyone.
A lot of peeps. But yo, Vegas says Digital Underground was like Public Enemy meets 2 Live Crew for him.
Whoa.
We were.
That's pretty dead on.
So
wow.
Thank you. And let me say this, is that when we were on tour with Public Enemy, although we were being recognized even at that time for having one of the better hip hop shows in hip hop, right? But I remember one Public Enemy tour, you know, Latifah was on and Tretch was their roadie. This is before Naughty by Nature came out. And of course we had Tupac with us. And we did like a 40-city tour on the Public Enemy tour. And every night of that tour, me, Tretch, and Tupac would go in the audience and watch Public Enemy's show every night and enjoy it like it was the first time we saw it. That's how good their show was.
Yeah.
So, you know, yes, they set the bar. Public Enemy, Kid and Play, Big Daddy Kane, 2 Live Crew. with the girls and the antics.
Yeah.
Like, like when we were on the road, same thing. Obviously, everybody watched Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
You know why.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, man, they put on a show and it was something to see. It was so I'm saying that to say, like, it was like when you did a performance, you wanted to give the audience, or I felt like it was your responsibility to give the audience something that they couldn't get by just listening to your records.
Right.
If you just stand there, I could stay home and listen to the CD on my couch.
Yeah, for sure.
And just hear you if you're just gonna stand there, or if you're gonna rap over the lyrics and you're just gonna be a dud on stage, right?
Accept that.
Who's gonna pay and go see that, right? So we, I think most of us from that time period and genre understood the value of putting on a good show.
Yeah.
Right. And I have to, with an exclamation mark, ask Ali Vegas.
Ali Vegas, yeah.
To please strike that gangster rap statement, because those same gangsters, they used to put on better shows than some of these lyrical dudes who thought that their lyrics were so great that they could just stand on stage.
I think it was my fault. I just read what he said.
Right. Okay.
I think he meant, it was my, blame me.
Your fault.
I think he said because there was no dancing in it.
That's what he got.
Yeah, but you didn't have to dance. So, for instance, Master Ace, I remember he had a song called "Me and the Biz."
Yes.
And he used to have the Biz Markie puppet, and that was in it. He had dancers as well, but that was entertaining.
Yeah, he brought out the puppet.
With the puppet, yeah, you know what I mean. And
all kinds of antics.
That's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and we can go down the line. If I can think of all the groups, I can tell you what they used to do.
Right.
Not everybody had dancers. That dancing didn't equal entertainment.
Right.
Entertainment equaled entertainment.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
It just so happens that some entertained by having dancers, some entertained by having S1Ws, some entertained by having, police gates and yellow tape and theatrics of escaping arrest on stage and things like that. Right? Some, other forms was having strippers in your stage show. You know what I mean?
Sounds the Two Live Crew.
So all of it was entertaining, but we were all entertained.
Yeah, that's great. Right. So so sex packets.
Sure.
So who was that a concept you guys started out with and said we're gonna do this, or you started making shit?
No,
and then you
that
were
was
like,
a concept. We said we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do this, and
it was definitely a planned, conceived, concerted, and effort put into carrying out this mission.
Yeah.
To provide this world.
Yeah, when you listen to the album, it is that. But I'm saying, like you could have made some songs and been like, oh, we should do this. Or did you guys sit down?
For example, before the album came out, right? The album's called Sex Packets. But we needed the world, or at least the Bay Area, to believe that actually existed, right? So, Schmoovy Schmoove, alias Dr. Earl, I forget what his last name was. But anyway, we made pamphlets explaining what sex packets were, the scientific definition, and we would go out at 2 a.m. in like the red light districts in San Francisco and pass out flyers. So it wasn't like we were saying it, but the word on the streets was that this thing really existed.
Wow, so that's even crazier.
So that was like, we did that.
Yeah.
We would go to peep shows and strip clubs, and we would pass out pamphlets, and we would go and talk about, this is a real thing. Sex packets do exist. It had a scientific name. I forget what the name of it, but we passed them out. We did videos, and we went all out to make you believe that this existed and people really believed. But it wasn't by accident. I love that.
That's the point.
We did that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Were people at the shows asking for sex packets?
Yeah, and we gave them sex packets. We used to pack. So when we did shows, we would make these little, before shows, we would pack like 100 or something, put a condom, some popcorn, and some others,
Dental dam.
whatever, all that stuff. And we would throw them out at the shows.
Crazy.
Insane, man. That's crazy that you guys made it like a real thing. It's
It
fucking
was
phenomenal.
a movement, for sure. It was a real.
Nah, it's fun. It's fun. All right, so let's move past sex packets now, right? We're getting to your second album, and now Tupac is on the songs, and he's on tour with you guys.
And I mean, Pac was like, wasn't he like a roadie or like he helped you guys in the background in the beginning?
Well,
Just tell us the beginning.
yeah, Pac was signed to TNT Records with a group called Strictly Dope. Him, Ray Love, and Dizzy, right? So he was already a part of our collective, just in a different group. So even when we did the Humpty Dance video and what's like, he was around. He wasn't in the group, he was in his own group. But their group disbanded, for whatever reason. I want to say, I think they were young, whatever it was, but H.R. retained Tupac as a solo artist. Right around the time that, remember I said we came back and we went on our first Big Daddy Kane tour, H.R. had been shopping Tupac, and in Tupac's mind, it was taking too long. So he's threatening to leave. And H.R. was like, yo, y'all take Pac out on the road with y'all while I'm trying to figure it out. And he can just do whatever you guys need him to do.
Right.
So he didn't come out as a dancer. He did come out, quote unquote, as a roadie with us, but he also had rhyming responsibilities.
Right.
He was part of the group because when we first started, we all had to do everything he did. He was just the newest guy.
Right.
So he had a little more of that responsibility. Plus it wasn't like he did it and we didn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I always tried to kill the narrative that he was our dancer or he came out only to do this. That's not it. He came out he was in the group, but those were some of his responsibilities because he was the newest guy in the group.
Were you, being that you already had the relationship and you knew what he was, were you excited for him to be a part of what you was doing?
Yeah. Like I said, he was already our guy, and Pac and I were around the same age, right? So of the group members, we hung out the most, and even when we were on tour, we were roommates,
right?
Because we were the same age. They put us together, so basically, we basically lived with each other on the road for those months that we were out,
right?
And so, same song. It wasn't the second album. It was actually an EP in between albums.
That song was off that movie.
Yeah,
Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing But Trouble.
Right.
So This Is an EP, which was an EP that featured the same song, which was made for that movie.
Yeah.
Because Tie the Knot, same song, and Nothing That's Funky was on there. The Way We Swing remix was on there, but a few of those songs, including the same song, was featured in the movie. And Pac was, at the time, we recorded that in between tours. Tupac was with us. He was a member of Digital Underground. So, rightfully so, when we got off the road and came home to record, he was a part of the group, so he would be a part of that process.
Right. Now that's dope. And then did you guys have anything to do with him getting his solo deals?
No. It was already, I always tell people, Digital Underground was more like a large production group. Like we were Wu-Tang before Wu-Tang.
Right.
So everybody in Digital had a solo aspiration. You couldn't even be in our group unless you did, pretty much. So Tupac, me and
That's
Fuse
dope.
were Raw Fusion. Pee Wee and Big Money O's for Gold Money. Schmoovy Schmoo wanted to do a solo album. Child Master J ended up doing Big Brother Soul, Quest Records, which was Quincy Jones' label. You know, you got Saphir,
That's crazy, right?
Cletus Mack, who's on his way here. Him and Numbskull, like Mystic, who did The Life.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know she was.
yeah, she's the you.
Wow.
Right. So, you know, to be in Digital Underground, it was a collective to help really bring Shock G's vision to life.
Mm-hmm.
But we all worked together so that we all could do what we wanted to do.
Right. And how was it when you guys like linked up with dudes like Hieroglyphics, Ozone? How was it? Because they were a big, huge crew too.
Correct.
And you guys were was it all love all the time?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So, and let me take a step back, right? When I say we were Wu-Tang before Wu-Tang, but before digital, there was the Juice Crew.
Yeah.
Which was the model of
Yes.
that. Like they were a crew.
Oh, okay.
But they all, Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap, Master
All were
Ace,
solo
Craig G,
artists
were
first.
all solo artists that were a part of this crew.
Right.
Digital Underground was that. We were before Wu-Tang, but we were after Juice Crew.
Yes.
But it's the same
Yeah.
thing, right? We were individual artists that came together to do something bigger than ourselves, right? So, you know, I always tell people that Digital Underground was a collective
All right. All
or a
right.
large production,
All right.
whatever you want to call it.
All right. All right. Let's get into
I love
let's get into the Testify remix. And some.
Who remixed it?
Oh, I did. I'm
Ah,
man.
No.
let's hit this Mickey Knox.
We got Money B.
Wait, who's
here.
on the record? Who's on the record?
We got Money B, Planet Asia, Tri-State, and I'm missing one more,
Raz
Raz
Kass.
Kass.
Let's
There's
go.
legends.
Let's hit that
Legends
thing.
all over that.
West Coast legends in the building.
Building. Lost in hip hop. Yo, turn that up. Let's play some music. We come back. Money B up in the spot.
Bang it.
Shout out to everyone in the chats. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we back.
We back.
Lost in hip hop. Concept
Hey,
Mickey
hey,
Knox.
hey.
Load that a little bit more back.
Keep it.
Money
Keep it.
B in the building.
Keep it.
Yo, we appreciate you sitting here this long, man.
How long has it been?
I mean, it's
Been
like
all day, Money.
I mean, all day, but yeah. For me, it's been an hour and a half.
Day.
That's
Ain't gonna
good.
sound
That's a
like
good thing.
For sure. Now, Money, you got new music coming out.
Yes,
Not only solo music, but also Digital Underground new music.
we do. So, we do.
We do.
We do.
And you've heard it.
It's unbelievable.
It's incredible.
It is. It's a gem.
But we can't speak about it right now. You heard it.
Yes, you heard.
You heard it.
I'm not going to say anything.
And nobody's going to say anything for reasons, you know,
Right. But
Reasons.
when that one hits specifically,
when it comes out. It's coming out.
yeah, for sure.
And when it does,
Right.
we on.
Now, as far as solo music,
Solo music. Let's
yes.
talk about that.
Yes. What can we expect from you? What
Right.
are you working on?
So we got, obviously we got, you know, Sit Next to Me, right?
Single.
You know, produced by my man Excellence out of Chicago. Grammy-winning producer out of Chicago. 2-time Grammy, I would say,
Oh.
right? Excellence.
2-time.
Two-time. How you say it? James Brown. Sit Next to Me featuring Guap Dad 4000. Right, we also got All Day, that's rocking and rolling, produced by Dyer Lansky.
Lansky, yeah.
Right, and right now, you know, we got the brand new San Francisco 49ers anthem,
Yeah,
Run It Up.
Run It Up.
Right,
Out
and
right
it,
now.
you know, if I got any Niner fans out there, you know, this Sunday at the 49 Empire, the Niner Empire tailgate, I'm performing and shooting a video for Run It Up. So, you know, we're going to run it up one time.
You shooting it out in the tailgate area?
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be dope.
It's going to be super litty.
Super.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like that. Yeah, Run It Up.
Run It Up.
You know, you should play that one. On my way out.
On your way out.
My theme music when I'm walking out this thing, Cletus Mack. He an Eagles fan. I'm like,
Go Birds.
go Birds.
Bird.
Whatever.
He just looked at me and said, whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll tell you the story later.
Hey, I'm not mad. I'm not.
I don't even like
not
football.
Oh, he
mad. I know.
He mad.
You can't like football if you like the Eagles.
Oh boy.
Nah, the Eagles are great. They're the best team in football. Literally.
Is it? I don't know.
No, they won the
shit
Super
about
Bowl,
football.
and
I
they're
know this.
literally the best team right now. Let's say that. Anyways,
Fair enough.
so what else we got? We got come on, Mickey. Oh, Testify.
The Testify
You just heard
remix is
Testify
out,
with
yeah.
Razzcast,
Planet Asia.
Planet Asia, Tri-State. You know, we got some things cooking and brewing.
Yep, for sure.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
For sure. That's fine. But you do have new music coming out for you solo and Digital Underground.
Yes.
The fans will be really pleased when it
Word.
drops. You know, you'll collab. You're doing a joint with Eric Sermon for the Duos album,
Yup.
right?
Sermon.
That's dope.
Yeah, what is it called? Dynamic Duos.
Dynamic Duos.
Yeah,
right?
get it.
Yes.
Get the whole thing.
My bad.
We're
my
not just a
bad.
duo, we're dynamic.
Dynamic Duos.
Money B.
That's
Shot
what's
G.
up, man.
In the building.
That's what's up, brother.
Word.
Thank you for stopping through, man.
No, thank you guys for having me.
Coming all the way
I
to
enjoyed it.
Cali.
This has been fucking awesome for me
Word.
to get these little tidbits of stories.
You got one more. What don't you know? What do you want to know?
I don't know.
Or
a lot
listen
of
to
shit.
it. Wait, look in your chat and see what they lying about.
Yo, Vegas.
And we'll fix
Vegas
it.
did say. He said tomorrow night
Vegas
on the.
again?
Are you here tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here tomorrow.
All right. He said tomorrow night on the Specialist is Ali Vegas show.
Word.
He said he's gonna clarify what he was talking about.
Oh.
Get it right.
Because that was all. That was
No,
all
you know,
me
we,
just
you
reading
know,
what he
we
said.
say, we say,
When gangster.
nah, we say hard, you know, we say tighten up, pussy.
tighten up.
And on that
Harden
note,
up, dick.
on that note, let's get the fuck out.
My God, Ali Vegas, I'll see you tomorrow.
Lost of hip hop.
My man, good looks, Money B for coming through.
Hey, thank you guys.
Mickey Knox concept, yo.
Yo.
Oh, you know, we got like a half hour left, couple more joints.
Play some new music.
You know,
Yeah.
Marlo Demore in the spot, Theravada in the spot,
Play them beats.
Menza in
go.
back. All right, yo, let's go.
Yep.